This is my iPhone XR, and in my opinion, it is all you need as a phone in 2026. It's not the biggest phone, and it's definitely not the smallest. It doesn't have the flashiest screen or the fastest hardware, and maybe because of that, it actually does its job better than most modern phones. The iPhone XR is no longer supported by Apple, which means you can find it today for as little as $100. I've been using this phone daily for 6 months, and honestly, it's all I need. I don't plan to upgrade until this phone either dies or becomes completely unusable, and in this video, I want to explain why this phone, by doing less, ends up giving you more. Let's start with the form factor. The iPhone XR has what I'd call a perfectly balanced size. It's not too small, and it's not too big. It fits comfortably in your hand, whether you're tall or not, and it fits in your pocket without constantly reminding you it's there. Now compare this to modern phones. Phones today keep getting bigger, thinner, and more fragile, without truly caring about ergonomics or daily usability. Huge displays, massive camera bumps, all optimized for consumption, not comfort. The iPhone XR feels different. It fits any hand, it sits flat in your pocket, and with a case on, there's basically no camera bump. And here's something important. Because of this design, the phone is less appealing to endlessly use. That might sound like a flaw, but for daily life, it's actually a benefit. This phone doesn't scream for your attention. It doesn't beg you to keep scrolling. The iPhone XR uses an IPS display with a standard 60 Hz refresh rate. It lacks the visual excess that defines most modern screens, and for me, that's not an issue at all. The brightness isn't the best, but it's still perfectly usable outdoors. It's not the sharpest or smoothest display either. What seems like a disadvantage at first slowly becomes an advantage over time. Modern screens are designed to be addictive. They pull your attention in and keep you locked there. The iPhone XR doesn't do that. It's comfortable on the eyes. It doesn't overstimulate you. It lets you focus on what actually matters, instead of how beautiful the pixels look while you're wasting time. If you want a minimal screen that doesn't steal your focus, this is honestly one of the best choices you can make. Let me be completely honest here. The battery life on the iPhone XR is not great. This phone is 7 years old. My battery health is at 76%, and yet, I still get 1 to 2 days of use. Now that comes with an important detail. I don't use this phone for heavy tasks. I mostly use this phone for browsing the web, listening to music, reading books, replying to messages, and video recording. And for all of that, it's perfectly usable. But here's the interesting part. This battery forces intentionality. You can't scroll social media all day. You can't game for hours without thinking. And that limitation becomes a guardrail. Instead of draining your attention, the phone protects it. For me, this isn't a disadvantage. It's one of the reasons I like this phone so much. It forces me to choose how I use my time. So the real question is the iPhone XR still usable in 2026? The short answer is yes, easily. For the way I use a phone, this thing feels fast. Apps open quickly. Animations are smooth enough, and in daily use I don't deal with crashes or random freezes. Even if you decide to install social media apps or a few games, the iPhone XR still holds up surprisingly well. It may not be the smoothest phone in the world, it definitely doesn't have the most modern look, and it won't win any benchmark competitions. But that's not the point. What it gives you instead is reliability. Now let's talk about the camera, because this is another area where this phone quietly over-delivers. The camera on the iPhone XR is still really good. It handles 4K video without overheating or crashing, and the photo quality is more than enough to capture important moments in your life. You don't get multiple lenses, and you don't get crazy computational photography, but you don't need any of that to make good content or take meaningful photos. This camera does its job, and it does it well. And this is where everything comes together. The iPhone XR works so well as a productivity phone because it doesn't try to impress you. It doesn't constantly pull your attention, and it doesn't push you toward endless scrolling or heavy consumption. It's a phone that does what you ask of it when you ask, and then gets out of the way. If your goal is to reduce screen time, be more intentional with technology, and actually use your phone as a tool instead of a distraction. To conclude, I genuinely love this device, and because of its limitations, not despite them, I've become more intentional with how I use my phone. My average daily screen time sits between 30 minutes and 1 hour, and sometimes up to an hour and a half when I get distracted talking to someone. And most of that time is actually spent reading or listening to music, not scrolling through social media or mindlessly consuming content. That's a massive change. So I really hope this video helped you rethink what you actually need from a phone.